Hi! In this demo, we'll take a look at the ECC product module and how to transfer products between your online store and QuickBooks or from QuickBooks to your online store. I'm using a Magento store for this particular demo. I've clicked on Get Products already and generated a product report. Now I'm going to go over to the Products menu and click on Transfer Products. On the Transfer Products screen, the first tab is the Transfer to QuickBooks. I currently see that there are 31 products that are in my online store, but not in QuickBooks. Let's start by transferring one product over to QuickBooks. I'm going to select this particular item. As you'll see at the bottom, all the details that ECC was able to download for that particular product is now pre-populated. The item name and number has been taken from the SKU. The sales description has been brought in. I can go ahead and change this here. I can also specify the product purchase description. I can adjust the price. I can specify the cost. This is the cost that ECC was able to download from the online store. I can also set the quantity, or I can leave it as it is. On the right is the additional information that QuickBooks requires in order to create that particular product. Let's go ahead and select that this is an inventory part. I'm going to select the cost of goods sold account. I'm going to select an asset account, the income account. I'll give it a tax code, and I'll just choose a particular vendor. Now, I've specified all the details for this item, and I can go ahead and hit Save. The product details are saved, and I simply click on Transfer Products, and ECC will take this item and create it in QuickBooks. Let's take a quick look at QuickBooks and see how that product appears. I go to my item list. I'm going to look for the particular coffee shop item. And you'll notice it brought in the product item name, the description, the cost, the sales price, the goods, the inventory asset, and all the other details for that item. I can also do this in bulk. If I were to select more than one item, you'll notice the selected item section is now grayed out because I can't edit the item individually. I'm selecting them in bulk, and now on the right side, my previous values are pre-selected, and I can click on Save and Transfer Products. ECC will take all of these items and now transfer them into QuickBooks. You'll notice a pop-up appears displaying that these items have been now created. Now let's take a look at transferring products to the online store. Here, I can see that there are 56 items that are currently in my QuickBooks, but they're not available in my online store. Just like we did for the Transfer to QuickBooks option, I can select one item, change its settings, and specify details on the right, or I can select multiple items. The left side gets grayed out, but on the right side, I can specify the additional information that's required for my online store. I can choose to say no free shipping, and you'll notice these are optional fields, so I can leave them blank if I'd like to. However, we'll go ahead and specify those details. So for the taxable field, ECC brought down two options that were currently configured in my online store. For the item manufacturer, since I'm not using any manufacturers in my online store, it's blank. For the category, I can select from a list of categories in the tree on the right. These are the list of categories that are in my online store. Let's go ahead and select ECC for this particular choice. And I can also select an attribute set. We'll leave that as the default. I can click on Save. Now these products are ready to transfer. I can again transfer these individually, or I can click on the Transfer Products button. This will connect up to my online store, take all those items, and publish them into my online store. ECC has now successfully transferred those products up to my store. If I don't wish to transfer products, I can also map items. By doing a mapping, ECC doesn't need to have the exact one-to-one match between the products. So let's say you have a set of products in your online store that you don't really want to create in QuickBooks, or they are already created in QuickBooks, but their item names and SKUs don't seem to match up. You can choose the Map Products menu to map each of those items one at a time by simply selecting on the item and choosing a corresponding matching product. Once you've found the particular mapping product, you can click on the Map Missing Products option, and ECC will successfully map that item. Alternatively, you can also click on the Import Mappings button to do a mapping in bulk. ECC provides a CSV template that you can use to import product mappings in bulk. Remember, for each of the settings in terms of transferring products to QuickBooks and to the online store, ECC also has a settings menu. From the settings menu, you can specify default settings for each of your products so that you don't have to go in and make modifications one at a time. You can adjust these settings based on what's most common for creating products in QuickBooks or for creating products in your online store, so that when you're publishing items in bulk, you'll have to make very little adjustments. To quickly recap, with the help of ECC, you can transfer products to QuickBooks, specifying all the details for the items one at a time or in bulk. Similarly, you can transfer products from QuickBooks to your online store. Remember, transferring products to your online store is not available for all stores. Please refer to our compatibility page for more details.